What's up guys, Jason with a video for you guys today, and I'm going to be doing everything today, maybe uncut or something, but I have a cold and I've not been making videos for a long while because I've been busy with my graduation stuff and some class stuff. Actually, I've been busy with all of that, and recently I've been typically busy. That's why I've not been uploading videos constantly to YouTube. But right off the bat, I would like to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy the time with your family. I know this is time for holidays. Everyone's going to be busy, and then everyone's going to be also happy maybe. And I hope everything comes your way. I hope you get happy at the end of this season. The end of the year also coming up very soon. I hope all of you are happy with your families and stuff like that. But this video is kind of going to be a very long video because there's so many things I want to talk about in this video, and it's not just about what has been happening recently. Like for me, I was studying China for about 4 years now, and I'm going to be leaving China very soon, and I don't know actually where I'm going to be heading next, but who knows. I'm just waiting for that, and also for the fact that I already graduated from my university as a petroleum engineer. So now, yeah, I'm a petroleum engineer, succeeded. Also, I wanted to talk to you guys. I'm a tech guy, and this is a tech channel, so I wanted to talk to you guys about some tech stuff. And right off the bat, let's see. The first thing I wanted to talk about actually is like I don't really have a recap for what has been happening throughout the year. As I said, this is just completely unprepared. I decided just to speak to you guys because I want to get something out to you guys, so that you guys should like get me. And okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk about was Xiaomi. Actually, I think there's a lot of misconception going on. There's a lot of misconception going on about Xiaomi and Apple, and these two companies are so different from each other. I don't know why so many people keep thinking, okay, Xiaomi is Apple, Apple is Xiaomi, and that kind of thing, or that Xiaomi copies from Apple and Apple copies from Xiaomi. This is just, it blows my mind every time because so many of these things you guys get are not even from people who really know what's going on. Xiaomi is more like, think of it like Amazon, but Amazon deciding to go on the hardware front, not just selling stuff, but deciding to make their own hardware on the different levels. Just recently, I don't think it's up to 5 years ago that Amazon started making maybe tablets and smartphones and things like that, and they're really not successful. Unlike Xiaomi, that does a lot of stuff, not just on the software, because they sell some programs. They also sell some things on your websites. So many different things. Like I even go off to the point to say things like air purifiers, 4K TVs. I don't mean set-top boxes like what Apple does with the Apple TV. That's not a TV; it's a set-top box. They sell so many different things, even T-shirts, bags. They sell a lot of stuff on their website, and compared to Apple, Apple has their own kind of products. Apple has never been first to anything, and they either have never been the best to do anything. When Apple decides to do something, they decide to do their best job to give you what's going to please you directly. They don't go in for the first or the best or whatever, because if you check out the iPhone, like maybe 6S, 6 specs, they are in the top of the line, like best specs any device ever has. Same thing with everything they have. They aim at giving you just a great experience, and that's what is on with Apple. It's not about getting you the first and the best and the most cores in the device and stuff like that. That's not what they do. And with Xiaomi, is a very different company with different idea. It's getting their stuff out to you in different ways. That's why they have smartphones. They have actually two lines. They have their Xiaomi line and they have their Redmi line. The Redmi line is for the cheap budget smartphones, which have been really good lately. You can check out, I think, the card for that. I'll be putting it up here. I recently reviewed the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3. Great device. Excellent device. That is a fantastic device. Blew me away completely. Great build quality, fast fingerprint scanner. Good software because of a lot of customization, even though it was a bit slow because of what Xiaomi does with the software. The processor is good, great at gaming, doesn't get hot, amazing battery life. It has just a lot of stuff. It's a great phone, and a killer price of just less than $200. Amazing. It's a great phone. Check it out. I have the review. The card will be coming up there. But Xiaomi is completely different from Apple. If anyone tries to convince you Xiaomi is Apple and stuff like that, just tell a person, either a person is stupid or uneducated, because there's one thing Xiaomi is just not Apple. As I keep saying, they are not Apple. It's clear, yeah. Some companies decide to make mobile phones, and some of them, to get the traction of the market, first thing you're going to do is maybe make their phones like Apple. And Xiaomi started like that. They were very guilty at first of making their phones like Apple, but they have actually had their own design. And I think what Apple does very wrong in the smartphone space, and where other companies have actually gone around them and they are now catching up, is because Apple decided to cut off everybody else from making smartphones by putting patents on very simple design implementations on smartphones. Things like having maybe a circular home button. They put a pattern on that. So that's why you see so many smartphones don't have a circular home physical button that you can press. And then things like even having four icons at the bottom. Four icons at the bottom, they put a pattern on that. So when Samsung released the first Galaxy S, actually that phone had a problem with the patterns that Apple had on it. And then they pushed an update to add the fifth icon, which is actually stupid, but that's what like cleared them from that pattern, because they added the fifth icon. Adding the fifth icon, what happened? It actually the Apple's pattern couldn't affect the Galaxy brand again, and then Apple fans started screaming, "Oh, we have only four icons. It's not enough. Add more." And now Apple added five icons, and you can add more icons to the dock. But before, in the previous iOS versions, you couldn't really add many more icons. All you could have is just four icons. Now you can actually add icons because of, you see, how Apple went stupidly. They put a pattern on it. Samsung went around it. Android went around it. And they came back to the same thing. I mean, they put pattern on very stupid stuff. A phone that has curved designs or what, it's just to me stupid, because there are some things a smartphone should have. A smartphone should be like, the front of it should be a slab, a screen. That's just normal. The back has to be a camera. Some people can decide to put a camera in the center, some people left or right. It's their decision. Those are just basic things you learn in engineering school. Like I did with some with engineering design. There are some things you can't really just take out of the design of a product, because it has to be there. And then Apple decided to go around and put patterns on basic stuff, which is stupid. And finally, what happened to them? People caught up and beat them, and now they're actually catching up to the other people. Like, they used to have the best cameras on smartphones. This year is not the case. So many smartphone cameras are better than the iPhone camera. Now the iPhone camera is just good enough. In the past, it used to be the best battery life. Now the battery life of iPhone, everybody tells you it can last you for a day, and it's just sad, because to me, what actually makes somebody great is you don't go ahead and try to stop everybody else from becoming great. You sit in your corner, you do your stuff, and once it's great, everybody's going to acknowledge it. And that's what Apple did. I mean, they're big, they have a lot of money. If you want to compare Xiaomi and Apple in terms of revenue and stuff like that, profit and what, Apple beats Xiaomi every single day. Stock, everything, Apple beats Xiaomi. But you have to think of it also. These two companies are completely different. The software, of course, yeah, okay, there are some elements of Xiaomi software that looks like iOS, because the recent apps and some stuff, the blur and the animations and different stuff look like iOS. But Apple never had a notification panel until the iPhone 4S. If you think about it, Apple's iOS could not refresh apps in the background until I think it was the iPhone 5S. So simple things like that Android had years ago, they just got it. So Apple gets stuff from Android also. Even though some of the stuff, like some Android OEMs copy some stuff from Apple, like Xiaomi does, but Apple gets stuff from Android every single time. So I don't get when people say, "Oh, Xiaomi is Apple," what whatsoever. They are copying the Apple of China. Not at all the Apple of China. For me, in terms of products like the inventory and stuff like that, they are way greater than Apple. They have a lot more stuff at very good prices, great design, and they are really reliable products that they sell here in China. A lot of good stuff that they have, fitness bands and stuff like that. Apple doesn't have any of that. Apple is instead more on making profit. They'll make an earphone like the Beats by Dre. They'll make something that costs just maybe about $50 to develop, sell it to you guys $400. A profit margin you can calculate for yourself. That's how Apple rolls. Xiaomi has smaller profit margins. They decide to make a good product at a good price, and then you buy it and you're okay. And so they're completely different companies. So next, I wanted to talk to you guys about I think my best products I've actually had this year. I have a cold, so maybe mind voice or something. I've tried so hard not to sniff in front of you guys because if I if I do it here, I know it's going to sound disgusting. And for some people, I know some people actually are kind of people like if they know somebody has a cold or somebody starts sniffing in or something like that, they're just going to have a cold too. So I'm trying so hard not to do that right now because it's going to first of all be disgusting. So some of my best products I reviewed this year. I don't have a complete list or rundown or something, but I have some products here with me, and I like these earphones right now. Sorry for the exposure. I'm not using my main camera right now. I'm using my LG G4 because I can monitor a lot of stuff just by using the front-facing camera on the LG G4. So testing the audio and front-facing camera of the G4, I think they're great so far. Very crisp. These actually are the Bluetooth T2 Turbine. Great earphones. I don't care whatever any other reviewer says on YouTube about what earphones are the best, budget, blah, blah, blah. These earphones right here are the best earphones under $100. And why do I say under 100? Because these things even cost $35. And I think they even are running for a discount right now. These things cost around $35. They are fantastic. The bass, amazing. The only place where they get cut, like I said in my review be up here somewhere. Another card will be coming up. The bass here, fantastic. The mids, meh. The highs, okay. The highs are great also. And then you can see here, they're sort of open back, but it's just slightly open back so that if you're walking around the ambient noise of cars or something, you can be able to know if a car is coming or hooting behind you so that you shouldn't get an accident or get knocked by a car or something. But you don't get a lot of distortion and a lot of noise from the background. And also for the fact that in my full review, I said there is no app that you can actually use to control the settings. I'll be leaving an app down in the description. That app can be used to control everything, the equalizer, even in add noise cancellation. You can enable that and a lot of different stuff that the app can do. I'll be leaving the link down in the description. An app can control this. You can also monitor the battery level, which so many Bluetooth headphones, especially on Android, don't have that to monitor the battery level. And the battery life of this, coming to the battery life of this, godly. I've never used any Bluetooth headphones that have lasted this long because seriously, I'm kind of bamboozled by this. These headphones really last for a long while, very long while. It's insane. It's insane. Like when I downloaded the app, I think it was at 71%. I used the headphones for the whole day, maybe about 5 to 6 hours, and I dropped 1%. These things are crazy. Battery life here is insane. The only gripe I have for these headphones is that, well, some parts of it are made of plastic. Yeah, there's some metal here and stuff like that. And there's also leather. I don't even know if it's real leather or fake leather, but it feels like real leather. But some of it is made of plastic. And of course, if you hit it hard, it's very hard plastic, but if you use nails or something, you get that sound, the plastic sound. A part of that is really solid. Like, I've dropped it so many times. I've even used it out in the rain and they still work. They are not waterproof. I'm not advertising them like waterproof, but I've used it out in the rain. They still work perfectly. These are the best headphones under $100. I mean, they beat all the, I don't care whatever anybody says about any other headphones. These things I buy, go get them. Links down in the description, whatever. Moving on, there'll be a lamp. There's this lamp that actually changes colors. I know guys have spoken a lot about this Philip Hue light or something. Those things are crazy expensive. Why should you get that? Because to some people, it's just an overpriced product. You have a lamp that changes lights and you can use your smartphone. Why should you get that? I reviewed one, not really a review, just showed you guys what it could do. There's one bulb I had, it was just about, I think it was less than 10 or less than $15 compared to the Philips Hue lights are, I think almost $200, which is just completely useless. The only drawback is you have a remote control for that. You don't actually use your smartphone. But if you have an LG phones can actually learn different remotes. Like you can make sure that these buttons are mapped to a virtual remote on your LG phone. So you'll be able to like use your LG phone to control the bulb, which is actually great. That's the only drawback. So for me, instead of getting a Bluetooth bulb that's about $169, without a remote and using only your smartphone, and getting another one that does exactly the same thing for $15 and using a remote. I'll take this any day. I can buy even 10 of them, put around my house, make a party, do anything I want. And it's simple. Just because I have a remote doesn't mean I have to pay so much more money for that. It's crazy. Companies just do some overpriced shit these days. I don't know what it's about. Okay, next is this guy here, the LG G2. I know I've reviewed cheaper phones like the Meizu M2. I've reviewed, that was the first gen Moto G far back. I also reviewed this thing, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3, like I told you guys. Great phones, great budget phones. But why do I bring this guy up? This is a survivor. Seriously, this thing, this thing lasts. Like right now, I'm running a cyanogen, no, not cyanogen mode. I think it's Beanstalk or something. On should be Android 5.1 by now. Man, this thing is crazy. Like the battery life hasn't really dipped so low. Like you can still get 4 hours on this thing, 4 hours screen on time, and you can still get through the day. And the camera is still good, and the screen is still good. This is a very good phone. Right now, it should be running about $160 or something. And I think I'm not even going to sell this phone. I love it so much. I'm going to keep it. The LG G2 is a great phone. When it came out with Android 4.2. LG took it up from 4. No, 4. I think it was, yeah, 4.2 to 4.4 to 5.0 or 5.02. Yeah, I think now it's 5.02 officially from LG, but 5.11 with custom ROMs and stuff. I have videos on the LG G2. I can put any of them there, even ways to make this become like an LG G4 with a custom ROM. I'm going to have also that video coming up, and it's already up. I did it already. You can check the card there. But this phone to me is a great budget phone right now. Why do I say this? Because it was a flagship that is very cheap now, and the camera is still great. The battery is still great. So many things of it are great, and it still has that cool LED here from LG. When you get a notification, the LED shines. Very great feature. I like it a lot. I don't know why they didn't do it on G4, but fantastic. And what else do I have for you guys here? Maybe I think that's it for some of the cheap stuff I had. This not cheap stuff, but some of the stuff I reviewed this year that I like a lot. And yeah. Next off, oh, I sniffed. Oh, I sniffed there. Next up is my Nexus 6P. This thing actually is a great phone, great smartphone, and I've been seeing so many people are loving it all over the web, and yes, the reason why the Nexus to me is so powerful is not just simple in the way I use my phones. Like if I use my phone after the full review, what I usually do is after the full, even sometimes even before the full review, I route it and take out things like some annoying ads because I'm in China. So our ads are actually completely different from other guys. These ads are evil. They like rip you out of your ad. No, they rip you out of the app. They put a big thing like I don't know. They put some kind of funny, sketchy, creepy ads, and then you see sometimes some kids or some people doing stupid stuff, and it's in Chinese, and then they sing some weird songs. This is not to be offensive or something, but the ads are terrible. And so if you live in China, you know what I mean. The ads are just completely ugly. So that's the reason my video got cut off because of I reached a maximum limit. I think it's 3.9 gigabytes or something of recording on the LG G4, as I said previously. But like I said, the ads are very creepy, so I have to root my device to take out the ads because they are terrible. They are not just normal ads that appear. They always pop up, take you out of your app, and keep you there for a while. So I hate ads. And for the fact that I also use VPNs, and these VPNs actually, it doesn't make sense paying for a VPN in China because when you pay for these VPNs, what happens is after sometimes they get blocked and you get no refunds. Like if you paid for a monthly VPN, they can keep cutting your money in your bank account until the year runs out, which is not cool. And you have no refunds for that. So I never pay for VPNs because that's complete bullshit to me. But my Nexus 6P actually, I'm running no custom ROM. I'm just running some tweaks here by some guys called, I don't know, it's a tweak called Catalyst, and with this Catalyst I can actually have some cool stuff here like have all custom ROM features but on stock. And then I've put a black UI. You can see here my UI is black. Actually, like what I saw on the OnePlus X, I really like it. This is due to a layers theme. I'll have a video of this. This is the only video I haven't made yet that I'm talking about in this video. I'll have a video about all of this coming up very soon. You can see I like this circular home button here. Very big and good, easy to press, and I know exactly what's happening. But I'll have a video of my setup of the Nexus 6P coming up. And that's been it, guys. I wanted to give you guys an update on what's up with me and things like that. My voice is weird, like I said, because of the cold and everything. And we've been having pollution here in China for a really long while. I think about 5 days now. The pollution is, like, I can say personally, because I check it every day, is at an all-time high right now. The pollution in Beijing has actually beaten the index. It's more than the index, more than 500 watt. I don't know the unit for that, but it has beaten the index. Where I am in Qingdao, pollution is terrible. Today it dropped a little bit, but it's still terrible. It's not advisable to go outside. And yeah, had my graduation party. Graduated. I'm a petroleum engineer, so let's see. Maybe that gives me more money to buy stuff and review on my channel and stuff like that. So guys, if you like the video and you like to see more of this, hit a thumbs up. But hey, this is not a weekly thing. I just did it because I want to see how it goes, and if you guys like it, leave a thumbs up. Let's see, maybe I'll be doing more of this in the future. So like I said, and subscribe for more videos coming up very soon from me. And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Enjoy, because you deserve it. You deserve to be happy. And whatever comes your way, whether good or bad, take it and try to make something positive out of it. If it's something already positive, make it even more awesome. Stay blessed.